Yes,
Okay.
please.
It is the 30th of October, 2025. This is the cert-manager bi-weekly meeting. We have a nice attendance today. Someone's already started filling out the attendees on the doc, so good stuff there. And we actually have a decent amount of stuff in the agenda today. So I guess we will kick it right out with the announcements. So first of all, we have the announcements of the issuer field default. Who wants to take that?
Oh, is that that was this is about we spotted a slight mistake in the 1.19.0 release where when people upgraded cert-manager, it renewed their certificates unexpectedly and unnecessarily because of the new API defaults that we'd added. So we reverted those API defaults and released a patch release 119.1, which solves that problem. We'll try and reintroduce those API defaults in the next minor release 1.20.
Excellent. Chrome has also decided now's the perfect time to upgrade and has closed all my windows.
Oh, this is
So
going well.
bear with me. Okay. I've not got my company ones back, but I've got these ones back. That'll do for now. Uh, cool. Yeah, so this was fixed in the cert-manager point release, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do when it decided to die. Cool. So since that's the only announcement, do you want to jump straight into the agenda?
I can only see a very partial part of your
Yeah,
browser,
me too. Just the top,
like just the
just the
URL bar.
address bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is going really well.
Nice update.
Well, but now,
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Excellent.
Now I can see it.
yeah. So this is the tab I was on, showing that we fixed it in this release, and yeah,
Mm.
back to this tab. So, agenda. We have this PR here.
Oh, Hammond is not here.
He's not here
That's
to talk about
surprising.
it.
He said that he was in a production debug meeting at his workplace. So I can talk a little bit about that PR. I've been reviewing at least the new interface, and I think it looks okay. I haven't dug into the code changes, like how the interface is implemented and the exact changes. But I think the main thing here is to end-to-end test it. We have no end-to-end tests in this area. So I've asked Herman to try to end-to-end test it, but it seems like he's not able to. So I've been talking to my employer, and maybe we can try to test this out. I wish it were easier to install a cert-manager from a feature branch, but I guess I just have to build the image and push it somewhere, and then pull it into an environment that already has what it needs to talk to Azure DNS.
Yeah, we don't currently build images for feature branches. We do obviously have the make commands to build the images. So I
Yeah.
think with environment variables and make commands we can do it. I don't know if it's well documented. If it's a pain, write down how to do it so we know to do it in the future.
I mean, the ideal thing here would be to have some kind of CI to test this end to end, which could eventually be triggered manually when needed.
Even Because even on these PRs we have these, but there are also jobs you can trigger manually that aren't triggered by default, just with like /test, I think. We could have a job that just builds an image that you have to manually trigger.
Yeah.
That would be useful.
I wonder where we should push it and how we should ensure that we don't keep things forever, so it's cleaned up properly.
Uh,
TTL.sh, yeah.
I don't know if we should use this, but like I like the idea of the images just expiring.
Yeah, I really love that site. I've been using it. It's really cool. So maybe I'll just do that because it seems like my employer has some interest in the follow-up here to get support for private DNS.
Okay.
So,
So
but I would love someone else to review the code changes. That would be super cool if someone can take a look.
So yeah, I guess there's two actions here. Is review this, and then there's also manual tests if you're able to do so.
Yeah, I will continue to communicating with Herman. Try to make him do it. That will be the ideal solution for me, at least. But if he's not able to, I can try to use some of our infrastructure in Azure to test it.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any volunteers for code reviewing this? It's actually not a huge one by the looks of it. It's only 3 files.
I think the most important is to look at the interface here so we don't get like ripple changes again.
Yeah.
The implementation, if it works, it's good. Of course, I will look at the concrete changes, but I think the most important is to review the interface, whether this is something that we think looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was one of the action points from last time we talked about this. So now we're trying to do the refactoring before we add the new feature for supporting a private DNS in Azure.
Cool. If there's no volunteers to review it, I'll do it. I'll bite the bullet on this one.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam.
There we go. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do the reviewers, whatever.
Yeah.
Adam. Okay, don't do that.
But I said to Herman that we need to end-to-end test this one way or the other and document in the PR that it has been end-to-end tested. I hope you agree with that point, Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be very much, yeah. Like in the past we haven't, mainly because we couldn't. So it's much been like vibes based. Is this is this PR look like it's gonna break anything?
Yeah. I mean, we could take another stand here and say that we review the code and we think it looks right. And if it breaks something, we just fix it. That's the alternative.
Yeah, I had a quick look at local stack, but they don't have a DNS service. Like if a product like local stack added private and public DNS to their platform, then that in my eyes would be a suitable alternative because at least it's API compatible and should act fairly sensibly.
That would be cool.
Okay, so I'll review that. Erik, if you get a chance to manually test it, that'd be fantastic. And with that, we move on to another one he's not here for.
Yep.
This PR, can we get on it? This is the
Yeah.
Oh, this is the wrapped issuer. So I've added looks good to me on this. I've added a hold as well, just to get Tim's last input, although the verify is failing. I think he's addressed Tim's things like they've moved a bit of logic out, and that can make it a separate PR. Let me find the commit for that. So previously, this PR was not only adding wrapped issuer support, but also you can set an ignore issuer function that was not being utilized in the certificate issuer control loop, only in the issuer ready control loop. So it was also making that function apply to both controllers. So if you ignore an issue, it won't issue certificates for it. That on Tim's suggestion is going to become a separate PR, and that's been moved out. So I think it's okay, but yeah, given Tim's been so heavily involved in reviewing it, I'd like a final pass from him if possible. And also, I noticed the verify is failing, so that needs fixing. So I think that's where it is. If anyone has any,
I agree with you, Adam. I think Tim has had so much input to this. So I think we should get some final words from him.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Obviously,
think him.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
Did I ping him internally for this and ask him for his final say?
Yeah, it might also worth pinging Herman about the fact that verify is failing, just so we can get that fixed. But hopefully it's not the Go mod issue again, because that was crazy.
I was also thinking, is the same thing as the last time?
It is.
Oh,
I think if it's fixed on Tim's machine, though, it might be a case of just running the Go mod tidy from a Docker container.
we have to get to the bottom of this because it's really strange.
Well, it's only failing on the example that is added, because as well as the wrapped code issue, it has an example on how to use it. We could just delete it. It's not required. It's just useful.
But why is it failing?
Because gremlins.
Pesky gremlins.
Cool. But yeah, if Tim has a moment to do a final review, that would be fantastic. And that would wrap it up and unblock him from starting work on the proof of concept on the first external issuer, which I believe is Vault.
Yep. I will help him set up the repository
Yeah.
once he's ready for it, as I said.
It'd be great if we could get something like this. The Vault one will obviously be very exploratory, but once we've got the pattern down, I imagine all the repos we want to look pretty much exactly the same, even to the point where, as much as the main.go boilerplate is, we can centralize that in the library somewhere, like to the where you just literally, for each of our vendor issuers, we just specify the custom flags it needs, custom config file it needs, and the reconcile methods.
Yep.
Cool. Moving on, we've got a recent issue from a Slack thread.
Before we move on to that, because this might eat a lot of our time if we start discussing it, I posted a message in the chat from Lunar White. He has an interesting design that might be worth looking over. He didn't put it in the doc, but if you could open the chat of this call.
I was about to put that link inside. Let me. I will do it right away. I was actually in the process of doing that, but then we started the meeting. So
For some reason, it's trying to open the links in Chrome and not in like Slack. Give me a moment. I'm just going to message the link to myself so I can click on it.
But now I've added link to the. Why is it not updated on the screen? There seems to be a bit of lag here. I just added the issue is there, the link to the issue, and then I added the link to his proposal. There it comes.
This one.
Yep.
Oh, I think I remember this one. Yeah. The idea is we can set one but not the other from Ingress. So adding an annotation would solve that.
Yeah, this one makes sense.
I mean, honestly, I have no objections to this. I don't know if anyone has any like deep knowledge about this.
A lot of evidence. I'm impressed.
This is there's a lot of documentation I think we all broadly agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing, he historically has done a very solid job. This is the contributor from Red Hat, China.
Oh,
Yu
Desert
Dong Wu,
Whites.
Lunar White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember responding to one of the comments.
I tagged
Yeah.
you
This.
when you were off about this. I don't know if you had a chance to look over it,
Me?
but yeah.
Yeah.
But it was last week. I mean, it's probably slipped by now.
Yeah, I did. I didn't. I was not there.
That's
Well,
yeah, I know.
We'll try to catch up on this.
I should have reminded you. But yeah, okay, so there is an open issue for the 6184, correct? For which this proposal is.
Can I suggest that I think we all agree that maybe Mael has the best insights to this area. Maybe we can just add a comment to the issue and say that we're fine with the design. I have browsed through it and I think it looks solid and probably a good solution. But I'm not an expert in this area.
Okay, then I will assign myself to this one. Hopefully, I can get some time, and I'll do a final pass. Yes, I should have a lot of. I should know about this.
If I remember correctly, you have been in this area before with these annotations
Oh
and
yes.
fixing up
Oh,
funny
yes.
things.
Just one thing, maybe you can. Could you add the CYBR label? That'll help me.
Can I slash label that, or do I need to actually add it back?
Yes, you can.
You
You
can
slash
now.
label CYBR. Oh, you can because you couldn't before?
This is a whitelist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you forget?
I was on vacation, right? But I couldn't remember if the PR went through.
Oh. Label cyber.
Is it urgent?
Yeah, do it
I'll-
now. Do it now.
Ah,
I think we should. I mean, he has been waiting for quite some time, so
I'll let him know that I'm
lied
to me.
try to be on top of this.
Just slash cyber, I think works.
Oh wait. Don't wait. It's probably not going to work. Just add it manually.
Wait, what? Why? I've been adding it like that.
Oh, you were adding it like this,
I have been, yeah.
and it worked.
I think so.
Well, it's now got the label, and
yeah.
Thank you. That's going to be helpful.
I don't much care about
I
how.
will I will remember. I will let Lunar White know. No.
Now there's gonna be a GR for this. It's gonna be fracked forever. Okay.
Agenda, just so it's got a note of it. And then we have a trail of recent issues from the Slack thread. Remove Thursday stand up for the weekly meetup. Do we want to do the triaging last? Is my quick question.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Remove Thursday stand up in favor of a weekly meetup. I believe that's something you talked about last time. I couldn't make it.
Yeah, this was discussed. We didn't come to an agreement about it.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be able to obviously go to all of them, but I would probably attend as regularly as I do now. I think many people will be in the same boat.
I have no strong arguments for or against this, honestly.
I can see the for people that like struggle to get to these, I can see the appeal of having more of them. But if they're the fixed same time every week, does that really make it easier for people to get to? If that's a difficult time for them? So I don't know if it solves the issue.
Mm.
I support a weekly development meeting. I think it's great to get people like Herman more involved in the project.
Didn't someone create like a vote or something 2 weeks ago?
That was Mladen, I think. He wrote something on Slack.
There's two votes, one for the change in triage process and one for this moving the bi-weekly to a weekly.
Okay.
Specifically so we can
Okay.
accommodate more people from different time zones.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is another one, and I don't think, yeah, we move Thursday. I'm in favor of it.
This was sort of discussed alongside moving the bi-weekly to a weekly. but we didn't really come to a decision for or against it. So I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah,
I also
that's just
think
too open.
Tim wants to reduce the number of stand-ups. That has been said by
Yes.
him multiple times.
Yeah. Today it was just like us from CyberArk, and we just it was fun, but it wasn't valuable for cert-manager.
It was more CyberArk stand-up.
Not even. No, I wouldn't say it was very valuable for CyberArk either.
We talked about KubeCon, so why? Like, I think that's valuable for such. We
Okay,
talked
yeah, we
about
did.
doing another Country Fest.
I raised
The,
what you asked, Eric, if anyone's going to KubeCon, and we had a discussion about this, if we can plan something.
the deadline is 14th December, so we have a bit of time to submit.
Yeah, but none are going to KubeCon NA this year.
No.
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 I'm really in
Ash is not
favor.
going, so no one is going.
Exactly. I'm really in favor to trying to set something up for KubeCon EU in Amsterdam in March. I think the Country Fest was amazing. It was a good experience, I think. And if now that we know how it works, we can do even better.
And it got us free tickets. No, so I'm saying this, but
Yeah.
it really helped to have these free tickets to get us there.
Yeah, we should also talk about our spot on the maintainer track.
We will or not obviously, but we can request a kiosk.
I think that's also good, but we need someone to be at the kiosk. It can't be empty.
Pretty sure there are going to be people from.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ashley would go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope so. It depends.
Let's talk about this tomorrow, Mael. I want to know
Yeah.
what the procedure is to get back in from CyberArk for this, and then when Ash is
Yes.
back next week as well, get him involved. He will probably have a little bit of push around this.
Yeah. Let's talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into KuvernoCon together with a Kuverno maintainer, Mariam.
Oh, are you going to do a presentation with him?
Yes.
Ah, good.
So hopefully we will get the talk, but I will send the submission later today because the deadline for the co-located event is already on Sunday, which will probably be extended because I'm also a reviewer of the FluxCon, and we only have a few submissions, so it's a bit embarrassing. And the idea is that it's kind of colliding with KubeCon NA, so potential speakers doesn't have the bandwidth or the mental state where they can plan for the next KubeCon while they're going to the one in North America.
Yeah, it's really painful that everything is
Yeah.
at the same time.
It's really stupid in my opinion. So I've started writing on some feedback to the organizers around this already.
It's really convenient that the Country Fest and kiosk and maintainer track, the CFP closes way later, like in December. That's so convenient for us.
Yeah. But we must not forget, we have to talk about this because we spent some time last year to discuss how to, I mean, we only have one spot and we need to think carefully what we're going to use this spot for.
Trust manager
One
can do.
spot. What do you mean by one spot?
On the maintainer track. I mean, each project will at most get one spot, I think.
The future of trust manager.
Yeah. I've been thinking about trust manager already. So
that'd be a good talk.
Oh, what you had in mind is you want to propose something, Erik.
Yeah.
At least I could be involved in it, and I think it should be around trust manager somewhere or the other.
I'd love to be involved. I don't know what the hoops are I have to jump through in order to be able to stand up on the stage and say words.
Yeah.
That would be great to have you both.
Yeah. But we can come back to that.
Let's look back.
Yeah.
I think this is a massive tangent around the Thursday that the removing Thursday. That was the original topic. If I could just narrow focus back onto it. The votes you initiated, when did you set the deadline? Is the deadline passed on them?
I'm not sure I specified a deadline. I maybe didn't follow like
Okay.
the scripture.
Because I don't think we have consensus to do it in this meeting.
No.
Yeah.
So I would suggest we follow up your vote by putting a deadline in it of next meeting, and then we have a definitive answer based on the votes.
Okay.
Oh, that's the proposal.
Yeah.
Okay. You've added it and I've added it. I'll delete it from where I added it. I added it in chronological placing from when we talked about it. This gives us 27 minutes to triage some issues. So I hope you're all ready to triage some issues. I believe the goal of this is not to look at every line of code. The goal of this is to evaluate whether it's an immediate nuke, something worth spending some time on, or something we'd punt out for a future look at.
I agree.
Cool. So once again, it's going to open in Chrome, so I'm just going to message myself the link so I can click on it. Okay. So the first one, for your consideration. If the certificate is advised, it's shown like a true. I have not had a chance to read over these yet, so I don't know if anyone has had a chance to skim them and provide any context as to what's going on here.
I did. It's a weird. It's a it the readiness is only updated if there's an expiry. The readiness is only updated when cert-manager restarts, which sucks.
Oh, so the expiry doesn't trigger a reconcile. So basically, we just need
No,
to add
no,
add.
there's a missing. There should be like a go routine or something, waiting or like a.
I mean, you can already requeue after, and you can set really long dates on that. So I imagine when the reconciler hits, it just also adds it. It also queues it really far in the future.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yes.
I would also argue that the certificate expiry is not part of the ready status technically, but with the message which comes along with the ready status, it's obviously wrong because the certificate is up to date and has not expired.
Yeah, I would argue it's part of the readiness state if we're renewing them. If we've explicitly turned renewal off and it's expired, like that's probably fine. But if the whole point of a certificate object is keep a active and ready uh, certificate in the secret, and it's expired, and the secret does not have an active and ready certificate in it, then I would argue that's a bad state to be in, and
yeah,
therefore not
why do you
ready.
say it's not part of the readiness of a certificate, Eric?
I mean, what I mean is that technically, if the certificate expired, uh, it could still be the case that the actual state is according to the desired state, if you want. It depends on how you configure this. If you have wrongly configured some parameters, maybe it's not possible now, but with the new things that Herman is working on, where you can actually turn off renewals, and you can also do it like in time slots. This would become very complicated. So I think we there's obviously a bug here somewhere. So I think this issue should be fixed one way or the other, because it clearly shows that with the text here, certificate is up to date and has not expired. That is obviously wrong.
Yeah, I think ready in my eyes, yeah, does the spec match the current state?
Yeah.
And I think for our current situation where you can't turn off renewal, I think this is very much a bug. I mean, obviously it's a bug. It fixed next launch, so obviously cert-manager knows it's not ready eventually when it reconciles. But in the case of this bug, I think the fix is just to re-reconcile it when it hits expiry, and then as part of Herman's work to add the ability to either not reconcile or window reconcile. Like we have to also consider that when we update the ready state. So the same code at the same time he updates that, we need to look at the logic that sets the ready state to say, is it desired to be in this state?
What's the next step, Mladen, to get to the next item?
I think we're broadly agreed that this one is something that we should fix.
Yeah.
So
Someone should type a message there.
Yes, ideally, this is the last step. So this was discussed. This is the decision we made.
Okay.
This is the consideration we have. So basically capturing this discussion we had in the last 5 minutes. This is what we're doing, but that this is something we should be if we fix it, this is something we should be mindful of when we're talking about human changes. Because it might this fix might contradict his changes when he has this don't renew bit added.
we'll go. This is a bug. Since this resolves on next restart, it's likely just require the certificate to be reviewed. Expiry time. It's worth
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, thank you, Adam.
Okay.
Excellent.
Do we to at Herman for this one, or is it Herman that's working this?
No, I don't think so.
Who was working on the renewal stuff?
Yeah, sorry, that was
He-
Herman. Yeah. Ho Joshi 1, 2, 3 or something. Is it? Yeah.
How am I spelling
J.
this? Pardon?
H,
Yeah.
J. There he is.
Cool. It's time bug. Shall I remove the needed information and then I'll post it.
do you think this is a good first issue?
No, definitely not.
So
I just wish cert-manager were using controller runtime, then everything would be easier to address, in my opinion. Because this is kind of in the core reconciler custom logic in cert-manager, Go routines and stuff. For me, it's really, really hard to get into it. I've been trying a lot, but
shall I put a help wanted sign on it?
yeah, that would be good.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. So help wanted, important soon. I removed the thing, and we've added a comment.
Yep.
Cool.
Next one.
Next. One moment. Yeah. Webhooks for metrics for webhook certificate. So the cert was expired until the webhook started failing. Metrics. Right.
Oh yeah, I guess Erik, you're interested.
Yeah, I'm really twisted on this one.
Why?
Because it's something internal with cert-manager. It provides its own certificates, and
Yeah,
But it may it break?
it will. If it
it,
expires,
it can
so-
break. We will come to that in the follow-up issues that Mladen has put up here. It can break. I think that's the thing we should prioritize to fix. I'm not sure whether this is so interesting to fix.
I think
I
it's
think
interesting to fix. I can understand the mentality from an operational perspective of like knowing before ahead of time that a certificate's about to expire. In the past, I would have just, as an operational engineer, just thrown black box exporter in front of it and told it like because you can get a metric out of that saying when does certs expire, and I'd have that either hit the webhook endpoint directly or read the certificate out the secret, in order to monitor that. But I can understand as the cert manager team, like, do we want to offer a way to allow teams to monitor that without having to spin up any extra components?
yeah. I agree with all you're saying, but at the same time, I think we should define what we prioritize and what we kind of consider out of scope, because there is tools that you can use like black box exporter.
So is that I think a good place to start is I would totally review and accept a PR on this. I will not have spend the time doing a PR on this. And that, yeah, basically that. Like we agree that this would be a great thing to add. We don't have time to address all issues. But if you want to write a PR, then
Yep.
cool. About this.
Maybe you can mention black box exporter also shortly, because I would imagine we should align the metrics semantics around how black box exporting is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about the bi-weekly meeting. Oh no, because the black box metrics are weird. They dynamically creates them, and you can put the URLs and metrics. It just kind of it does stuff. It's strange, but it's useful. But it's strange. We talked about bi-weekly. We think having metrics around this would be great. Don't have bandwidth to prioritize this, but would love what of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the that one shouldn't provide visibility. No. Can't spell that. That would be yes. Wow. Oh, sure.
Green.
Cool.
Super.
Excellent. Number
Next one.
3. How long we got? A quarter of an hour. We probably won't get through 10.
No.
But it's progress. We're whittling down the list. Okay. Duration and renew before annotation changes and ingress, but resources don't trigger certificate updates. So they're
This should be
changing.
fixed.
This should be.
Yeah. It's been annoying me, all these things that doesn't trigger a new reconcile. I've been really mad at it at some point.
Oh, so it doesn't update the certificate object at all?
No, doesn't seem like it's doing.
Okay. So if you delete the certificate object, the replacement will be correct.
Yeah.
Okay, this seems like a bug, yeah.
Yeah. And it's really annoying. And as a user, you would expect this to just work.
So would be this something we have time to prioritize, or
I personally wouldn't have time to work on it. Maybe we should put the help wanted on it.
Yeah, this seems like a good first issue.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting bug. It could be easy to test.
Yeah.
Adding a test for this would be super easy.
And the reconcile is triggered if you change some of the other fields, which means that you must be able to look at something that's already there.
Trying to remember what the ingression is.
Maybe it's not as simple as I thought, because then you have the gateway API stuff also.
I mean,
Yeah.
everything goes through the ingress shim, so it's basically for some logic inside the shim is not updating the certificate. So that's
Yeah.
not to dive deep on. I was going to see if it was like something I could link in my response, but I can't be bothered reading all that. So we talked about this in the bi-weekly, and agree this is an issue. Change to ingress should update the certificate object. We blah, blah, blah.
Maybe
I-
other help
weird.
wanted.
I'll do that at labels in a second.
Yeah.
Seems like it should be working, but it doesn't.
Okay,
Or
help wanted. I don't want to say good first issue because the abstraction layer between we have before gateways and ingresses.
Yeah, I agree.
That one's a kind of bug. My my dark reader plugin, whenever I add a new label, it changes all the colors to the same color. It messes me. Okay. Onwards.
next one should be a quick win.
Oh, it's about one of your things, Adam.
Write something to issue. Oh, I think I commented on a PR to fix this. This is the
Yeah.
one where the PR to fix that would add an infinite timeout.
Yeah, that one. That was DigitalOcean, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was it DigitalOcean? Yeah, it was.
It was the
Okay.
retry mechanism which was set to infinite retries, which is not a bad idea.
Yeah. I wish they agreed when we pointed it out. Okay, when fourth level, cert-manager cannot reach the Cloudflare API. Poland Circle successfully. Oh, so this is just a bug. This is just it just failed for some reason.
I would expect this to be a problem in the setup of the user here, but
Yeah.
So it's not a bug then.
I would okay, so we talk. I'm gonna start every message the same, by the way. This is the bi-weekly. Would you be able to? Well, they provided all the issuer stuff. Let's switch staging. Cloudflare API. Certificate for wildcard.com. I mean, I can't see anything wrong inherently here.
I'm thinking a problem in the cluster somewhere or the other. He says that it's working with curl.
Can successfully access the API and get the
Yeah.
data with the same token. One issue we have is we do not have enough storage. Issue. I've given up on spelling altogether.
Yeah. It smells like you're a real human when you have spelling mistakes. Actually, I like when people do.
Oh no! Shall I start every reply with "You're totally right"?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you keep some spelling mistakes, you're not a bot.
Yeah,
Um,
keeps it legit.
Yeah.
Fine. Book. Me help in do.
I will say that usually when you get context deadline, it's either there's something funny with the network in your setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would even go as far as to say they should read out at the webhook guide, networking guide.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't apply to the webhook, I know, but
Okay. Have you activate debug cert-manager? Correct it for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I want troubleshooting.
does it say no? It doesn't say anything about.
Does it say anything about because we got flags to specify how if we follow name servers and such, haven't we? I don't know.
This one seems to be a networking issue, as Erik pointed out.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't have any clue on how to debug this. Like I wouldn't, if they asked me, I would say, I don't know.
Usually when we get questions or issues on questions on Slack or issues like this one, the usual outcome is that it's resolved by changing something in their local environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means it's not a bug.
Just I don't know. Next. Third.
I also personally prefer to get these things on Slack because then other people can respond more easily to it.
Which things?
Things like
Oh,
this one when it's kind of smelling a network issue.
Ah. That's the
yeah, it
actual
doesn't
issue
seem
you
like a
mean.
bug.
Right.
It's a discussion. Like it should be
Yeah,
marked
it's
as a
more
discussion.
interactive, so you can kind of start a thread and you can back and forth to check some things and
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, one thing you can do, Adam, if you want, is to migrate this to a proper discussion.
Or just
Discussion.
ping the author that he could open a discussion about this. Or maybe he has. When was this posted, by the way?
Last week.
All right, sweet.
I mean, I was talking about the button that says convert to discussion. That's what I had
Oh.
in mind.
I was gonna say might be worth switching over Slack.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that was what I meant, Slack discussion.
Yeah.
I think the GitHub discussions are really confusing. I don't see the big difference between a GitHub discussion and a GitHub issue.
At least I don't know. We don't need to respond to it anymore if it's a discussion. That's what I like. Although I do respond to discussions, GitHub discussions
That's great.
Anything
sometimes.
to add to this message?
Great, that's a
Yeah.
very neat. Doesn't smell like an AI. If you add one more spelling mistake, it will definitely not smell like an AI. Oh, that perfect. This one is quite dead.
So I am not
Purposefully introducing noise.
Okay, final one. We actually made it through.
Oh, the
Final
whole
one?
list?
Oh no,
This is 5. We got 6.
What's-
We got.
Oh,
no, that's it. 6 is the final one.
This is 5 though.
Oh,
We've 2 to go, and we've got 2 minutes. So
Come on. What is this one?
For creating certificate request from Kubernetes secret. Currently, sort of.
Oh,
so they want to have a
instead of
Kubernetes.
storing the requests as a
Oh, so they want to be able to put, instead of putting a request,
Yeah.
they want to put a request ref or request.
I would
secret.
question the use case
Yeah, me too.
immediately. Like, what's in scenarios where the CSR is generated outside of cert-manager?
I mean, I can see that because then he could declaratively say, here's the thing that generates my CSR, and when it's ready, here's my certificate request to actually sign it. But then I don't know how they're getting the certificate out of the certificate request.
I mean, it's a.
It will require quite considerable work in the machinery area to do this.
The
I
what?
can understand
Sorry,
the
please
use
again?
case. Hmm?
You can understand the use case.
I can
I cannot.
understand the use case, as Adam said. I agree with Adam. But introducing this will have a new controller because we have to need to watch the secret as well. And we need to decide how
Either a
this.
new control loop or whether there'd just be a new informer on the existing control loop. And then you'd have an index of secret to certificate ref. Like you'd index a certificate ref by the secret they reference, so you could look up for any given secret if it's referenced by any certificate requests.
Yeah.
And that would trigger a reconcile on the certificate request, which would go through the normal flow with the extra logic to pull it out. Like it doesn't feel like a absolutely enormous change. Like if we're using control of runtime, it'd be a very small change. Obviously, we're not, so we've got a bunch of other stuff.
I was just about to say we're using control runtime. I could even volunteer to do this, but I would probably use a channel then to route the request to the correct controller to actually do the reconcile.
But
yeah,
we talked about bi-weekly. We can see the use case where external tools generate this. CSR and
But why can't the external tool generate the CSR using, sorry, generate the CSR and then just put.
I guess it might
It's a
not be.
convenience thing then.
it would be more loosely coupled by using a secret, in my opinion, because you're talking about the external tool just updating the CSR. So
Why
the
would you want to do
certificate
this? I don't understand this. What's a concrete reason for doing this?
Let's say I have I develop a piece of software that requires it to manage its own certificate, but obviously I need to get that signed by something. So my software is designed for Kubernetes. So as part of its deployments, what it will do is it will throw a CSR and a secret, and then you have to follow some steps in order to obviously sign that. It's not coupled to cert-manager anyway. It just expects you to go through some manual steps.
So it's to avoid the reliance on the cert-manager CRD?
I guess, yeah, to fully decouple, where it becomes a conscious choice by the operator whether they use cert-manager or they just grab the CSR out of the secret and sign it themselves.
So it's kind of
they could use the Kubernetes version of certificate request.
Yeah. Like I can see the use case. Also, I very much don't like having massive amounts of data in like fields anyway. I much prefer having references to stuff.
Yeah.
You can say that the secret data is a massive field, so I don't know. It looks the same in etcd.
We have some questions. Like, I think should we ask for a design on this?
Yeah, just
I don't think we should
clarify
encourage it. I think we should. I can't imagine wanting to.
Why not,
this.
Richard?
It just seems overcomplicated. He hasn't. It's so. No, I can't imagine why we would do this for his very niche use case.
Or he should expand on his niche use case.
Yeah.
Like convince us. Like
Yeah.
the use case he gave is very generic. I want a specific use case and how great it would be for this person.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can we agree on what Adam is writing now?
Can the tool generating the secret not generate? Yeah, okay, that's the next question. Great.
Invite him to the next bi-weekly to defend the idea.
Yeah, great one.
Well, that don't care. I should have this tab permanently open when we do this. The amount of times I copy and paste in one stand-ups /
The bi-weekly weekly now. I think that Mael.
the documentation says bi-weekly.
It's a weekly, bi-weekly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to change the name.
Weekly development meeting. I've started the practice now.
Okay, that was easy.
I don't want a weekly.
I'm
as usual. I don't understand why we have to change all our meetings. But
It's because of other people who cannot join the.
they can come to this meeting, right? What's wrong with this meeting?
But it's unlike the stand-ups. These are only every 2 weeks. So for example, Hammond is stuck often.
Can people agree on this message?
Oh, sorry.
Great one.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
one, Adam.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.
Or you should comment on Mladen's vote thing on Slack,
Yeah.
saying that you don't like the idea.
I just no.
Current feature.
Say your piece.
Otherwise, you will miss on the opportunity.
Or you can just attend every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Cool. I've added some labels to it. It's now 5 past. Are we going to extend and do the last one, or are we going to admit our failure?
The last one is actually something that I think Richard already replied. He is looking over or intends to.
Yeah,
soon.
I'm trying to feed back to that guy about Route 53. I don't know how to say what I want to say really, but I don't think I agree with all of this.
I think what you wrote was good, Richard, suggesting a sentinel error, which is more generic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I just don't. It's this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't understand. I don't agree with the ultimate. Is this the big PR? No, there's another bigger PR where I think they seem to want to retry all the Acme operations in the case of an authentication failure, and that doesn't make sense to me. I think
You're going to hit
it's
right.
the cleanup. The cleanup is the problem, and I think if the cleanup fails due to an authentication error, it should probably just give up with a message to the platform admin saying this challenge has been deleted, garbage collected, but there may be some lingering DNS resources which you have to.
That's 7234, right?
I can't remember that.
But how should you message the platform administrator?
I don't know, through a log message. I don't agree with trying. I think what this person is trying to do is to clean up the lingering DNS resources using the authentication details of some new challenge. I don't think that's right, or I may have misunderstood it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, this error handling is kind of it's not really blocking him from what he wants to do. He wants to do this because he wants to catch the AWS errors like 3 layers higher, which is wrong, I think. Anyway, I'm trying to put together a paragraph or two to say that.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
Is
Does
this
it mean that we're done?
yeah? Just one question: Is this somehow similar to what we've been looking at for DigitalOcean, Adam? Because there the client has some retry mechanism. Is this a similar problem, or is it something else?
I think it's something else. I think the problem with that is they are saying that that the request is being repeatedly retried with no backoff, which means even though we're returning an error, for some reason it's not doing a control loop backoff. What I suspect, without ever looking at the code, what I suspect is happening is we're trying to put the error message in a status field somewhere, and by doing it every time, we're tricking it. That's what I suspect. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if we put in the status, we're going to trigger a reconcile.
Yeah, that's the same problem that's affected AWS and Azure. So the solution we've come up with, which is to redact the unique part of the error, but I don't think that's quite right either.
One thing I was looking at as part of my large refactor, I'll probably have another crack at breaking it down as requested. One of the things I looked at for the larger refactor for things that need backoffs, because I'm converting things that have backoffs to be asynchronous, is by adding a field to the status called like next retry or something. I'm basically bypassing the internal backoff of the control loop in order to essentially implement my own. So the first thing the controller does is it goes, if it's got that status field, if it's in the future, I'm going to do nothing. I'm gonna requeue it at that time, and then if it is past that time, it deletes it as the first operation and then continues reconciling. Like it means that you're guaranteed to respect that backoff. I don't know if we want to use that pattern, but that's just the pattern I came up with for the making the blocking things asynchronous. That would potentially solve the issue in various places.
Haven't we also discussed whether we could, how do I say this, like not necessarily reconcile the resource due to a status change, like, or ignore certain
The problem
changes to certain fields in the status?
is does it DQ, when it reconciles, does it DQ future reconciles? I can't remember if it does. If it doesn't, that would work. But if it does DQ future reconciles due to backoffs, then that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Would it be easier if we had controller runtime?
I mean, I don't know if it'd be easier. The same problem, different format code.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what we got is very similar in problems, but because all controller runtime does is wrap the informers up in a nicer way. We've still got the same reconcile entry point that we have, and we still have a method to add to the queue after a given delay. Like we still have all those mechanisms at our disposal.
But we have an automated backup on the top layer here, so if any reconcile is failing, it will be retried with a backoff, right?
Yeah, it will. But if it's updating the status as well, it's going to trigger a reconcile. And I don't know whether that reconcile would unqueue it at all. I can't remember.
Okay, controller runtime would deduplicate it and has some logic around this.
Yeah, well, controller runtime uses the work UKS under the hood package, which in turn uses the add after mechanism, which I'm not sure. I can't remember how it works. I can't remember how I know it uses a tree, what's it called, a binary tree in order to implement it. I can't remember if it DQ stuff when it. I don't know if add will also remove things from add after. Like,
yeah,
I know if you add the same things multiple times, it will reorder itself. I don't know if it will, but yeah. It's. I think it needs invested, but I see the problem, and I think we're that we want to admit the errors so they're viewable, but also we want to be able to have backoffs at controller level and not be blocking. So I think there's definitely a problem space there that we need to get behind. I don't think we have time to address it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're gonna write something up for that when you get your words together, I think we are done on all the things we were going to triage. In which case, big success. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If there's nothing else to talk about, it's already 13 past, so we're already late. So
There's only
remember to like and subscribe if anyone's actually watching this on YouTube. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for running it.
No
Thanks,
worries.
Alan.
See ya.
Done. Thank you.
Yep. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.